Last week things started out slowly. Our quest to complete our Merc bus to overland motorhome was resurrected by the efforts of Markaplan Chris's redesigning of our roof. And by resin man Andre Nell, who started to cut holes in our one-of-a-kind dashboard. On the inside things are taking place very nicely, largely due to our man Rocky's efforts. This week we continue working on the front of our Meraaai. We start to pay attention to our driver's position, and we realize that due to the thickness of our windows, we need to rethink about how to secure our side panels. All this and so much more in episode 93 of A Dream Called Meraaai. It is a new week, it is a new day. When we last chatted, I was getting very excited about our dashboard, and that is one of the challenges we're going to be looking at this week, to get our final position for that, and to put the seats in and get a seating position to get the driving position sorted out. That'll only be one of the challenges. There are going to be a few more, so let's start where we left off and get back to our dash. In order to get our dashboard into its final position, we need to make sure that the bracket holding the dashboard is strong enough for the job. What Markaplan Chris has decided is to remove this angle iron that he put in as the initial support structure and replace it with this much stauncher angle iron. Markaplan Chris sets about welding the stronger frame into place. Then he sees a few things he would like to change before we secure the dash. Markaplan Chris has been busy cutting away a lot of the steel which I thought we were going to use as a basis to build our nose. But the call has been made to get rid of it, and we'll put new stuff in, because there's a lot of cuts and nicks and weird stuff going on in here which we don't necessarily want to have to deal with. So most of what you see here is going to be removed, and we'll put in lekker new fresh steel.
If I take this maybe out, then you've got more space. You can bring this further in.
It is these little changes that can take up a lot of time. However, these are all changes for the better, and now is the time to make them. Chris has removed quite a bit of the steel plating, and this has created more space for us to run our air vent channeling, as well as install the blowers and other bits and pieces. One thing I have noticed is that our front roof is still not complete. While we're still in the front section here, I'm hoping that Chris will get around to fixing up this corner. This is now over the driver's seat. I'm not quite sure why this hasn't been done yet. What I am sure about is that all this new steel work means diverting the steel shipments from China to our Meraaai. I seem to be buying steel on a regular basis now, and the steel I'm buying is going in the vehicle, and if I'm buying steel, that means our weight is going up. Markaplan Chris yesterday, I don't know what the oak has got, what talent, but he put a jack underneath her and he gave it a little like and he said to me, no, we're sitting at about 3 tons at the moment. If that is the case, then we are hundreds. Regular viewers will know that I have been keeping an eye on my own body weight, and I will do my reveal when we reveal Meraaai. Talking of which, since we started Meraai's build, I've been doing like a report for the Motorhome Club of South Africa, which they put out in their newsletter, and it's our progress in Meraaai, and it forms part of their digital newsletter. Today I did part number 7, and I suddenly realized the next one will be the reveal of Meraaai, because Meraaai will be done. So the next Motorhome Club of South Africa newsletter, not the one coming up, the one after that, will have our reveal of Meraaai in it. And that, woo! However, before we get there, we still have a fairly steep mountain to climb. I need to touch base with East Coast Scratch and Dent's boss man, Bram, to see how we propose crossing the finishing line.
Obviously at this stage is finalizing the dash and the front part of the bus to secure everything, where your cabinet is going to come and where your window washer is going to be and all that. Okay. So that is a big part of the build at the moment. Then I would like Chris to finish up the roof at the top. That we can start to see where the windscreen and everything is going to fit 100%.
Right.
And then we're moving towards the side of the bus with all the doors and stuff that needs to be manufactured to open up and close. And that's the things, unfortunately, the things that takes long because it's measurements the whole time.
And the connecting up of things like the radiator, the engine, because there's still a lot of work we got to do there as well.
There's a few brackets to be made, and
Yeah.
that's it. So I'm very excited on the way we're going at the moment. I think we'll get very, very far in the next week and a half, 2 weeks from now. You'll see a big improvement.
Well, I am chuffed that Bram is excited, so that means that I can also be excited. In fact, so excited that I forgot all about our dash. Chris has had to do some really natty steel work to create a strong base that the dash can rest on. Chris has tacked it into place, and once we are happy, he will weld it into its final position. Then the dashboard gets placed onto the frame. Next, we will need to work out how to use the space between the dash and the windscreen. The whole fan system will fit in here, and we will have a mama-sized cubbyhole. Now we need to see how our custom-made seats will work in the driver's area. Months ago, we stashed them out of the way. These things are heavy, but Markiplier Chris's mini-me, Nicky, is a strong lad. Bram eased his small frame into one of our seats, and I was relieved to see that they coped with his size with no issue at all. We played around with the steering wheel position on the left side of the cab, then moved it to where it should be on the driver's side. I was getting a little bit worried there for a second. After all, this is not a left-hand drive vehicle. Anyway, all in all, we are happy with the space we have. So we've nailed down the final position for the dashboard now. The seat is sort of where it will be, a little bit lower. Need to do some adjustments up at the top, otherwise every time you stand up you're going to ding your head on the TV set or the box that will hold the TV set. With the dash position finalized, attention can start shifting to Meraaai's skin, her side panels. Over here we have got some see-through ABS plastic, not cheap, and best of all, we're going to cut it all up. And this is why we're going to cut it all up, because this stuff is going to be used to make a stencil of our side paneling, which will be made out of, I think, 2 or 3 mil steel. All fine and well, then a small realization clapped us hard. Challenge number 1177. When we've got the windows in, they're going to stick out, the glass is 5 mil, and then with the Sikaflex and whatnot, probably another 2 or 3 mil, so that's 8 mils. Our side panels need to come out by 8 mils around the entire vehicle. So we need to create that space, and the only way to do it is to add flat bar onto this structure, which is weight. What we can do to try and reduce some of the weight is all the doors on all of my access things and the sliders, we will use aluminium. Yeah, the fairing is fiberglass, so that's no weight at all. So yes. Regarding that fairing, last week I jumped the gun regarding the fairing's completion. Last week I got all excited. I thought we had finished the construction of all of our side fairing, but what I actually saw was one of the mold. But Andre is busy on our last one, and then we will have the 3 fairings that we can start to look at installing along the bottom of the vehicle. Later, I was pleased to see Resin Man dabbing away at the fairing mold, creating our final product. This Ben-Hur effort is still not over. Apparently, Resin Man still needs to make a thin fiberglass strip to fit someplace or other over the fairing. My frustration button is glowing. It's probably glowing also due to another parastatal that I am just gutful of. Last week my little rant was about the pretty cuck service from Liberty Life regarding getting me to be a non-smoker. Well, this week my bitch goes to Telkom. Now, let me explain something about Telkom. I'm going to cancel all my services, alright? So I phone their little helpline. No, I've got to go into the branch. I drive 40 kilometers to the Telkom branch. I get to the branch, they tell me, no, you've got to do it online. This is after I'm paying 2,700 Rand a month for my ADSL and LTE and my landline. And it doesn't work. So, I am now with Telkom. Here are a selection of SMSs I have received over the last 2 weeks. I could bore you with dozens of these messages. And here's the kicker. I wasn't getting any response. So, what did I do? I included the technical director of OpenServe in my emails. Struus puppies. 7:30 in the morning, phone call from the communications department. Oh yes, now we want to help you. Oh, it's terrible. Oh, you're sorry you're going through all of that. Ja, askies, nee. As frustrating as I get around Meraaai, at least one has some sort of control over situations, like the fine little finishes that Rocky has been ploughing through. Cooler box and wine rack compartment are looking good. Rocky has replaced all the steel screws with stainless steel screws. All fine and good. However, I am still a bit worried about our main access door. Over the last weeks, months, and dare I say it, years, you guys have been incredible with support and advice that you've given us during our build. In particular, the Motorhome Club of South Africa, you guys are incredible. Mercedes Expedition Vehicles, fantastic advice. And there's another social media group, I think it's Motorhome Self Build. I mean, really good advice. And I'm now going to ask for more help. What I want to know, in South Africa, is there anyone who builds entry doors for motorhomes? I know you can import them. I don't want to import. I want a motorhome door that will fit in here. We can give you the specs. We'll give you a massive plug on the show. It must be mozzie proof, elephant proof, lion proof, monkey proof, all those things. But I just figure if somebody is out there who makes that, please, you can email me. Here, there's the email address. You can email me on that. But yeah, we need a good, strong door. We are not looking for a freebie, just something that will enhance our Meraaai and make her look drop dead gorgeous. I think let's call it a day for now. Yes, I was really hoping to give you wow. Hopefully next week we will have some wow. There was just some wow this week, like as in sort of like sure wow. Yeah, that was about it. So yes, look forward to that. Thank you for joining. Thank you for the support. Yeah, we will keep fighting our war here in South Africa, our war against crime. And you need to be able to look after yourself. You need to be able to look after your family, because our police and our military definitely can't. And if you look at the mess that is our defense force in the media this week, well, ek slaan my oor op na die hemel toe, van waar af gaan my help kom, ek weet nie. Anyway, that's it guys. Keep safe. Remember to like us on Facebook and subscribe to our channel on YouTube. You will find us under A Dream Called Meraaai. Until next time, keep your dreams alive.